What's up, everyone? Patrick checking in here. Just got done with the Saturday posing practice. Typical Saturday. Um, Wanted to do a vlog and recap this last mesocycle as well as kind of give a life update. Sorry for the lighting. It's a gorgeous day outside, so that means there's probably going to be a lot of flashing sunlight and yada yada. But anyway, oh, and also ignore the clanging. I've got an enclosure here for my dissertation stuff, so it's going to be making some noise if I hit a bump like that. So, this last mesocycle, it was a lot of fun, I'm not going to lie. It had some different elements to it. Again, just like every other one I've talked about, this was a lot of fun. Had things that I'm not used to doing, like giant sets. I would call it a triple superset, a giant set, in my opinion. And that's something I'm not used to doing. Granted, it caught me a lot of flack from people in the gym and yada yada yada, but who gives a shit what they say, right? So, all I know is it felt great to me. Definitely hit things in a different way than normal, and so I really enjoyed it. I actually liked the fact that I had more arm-focused workouts this time. Arms are definitely a weak point for me. So, God, shut up. So, it's something that I need to specialize on and bring up. Granted, technically my whole physique really needs bringing up, but even in just these last, 12 weeks of working with TSG, I've seen some serious improvements in my weak points, like my chest. It may not be obvious to everybody, but to me, even I see a difference. So, this last mesocycle I think is a good step in the right direction in terms of addressing some of my weaker points. My back tends to dominate both my chest and my arms, and actually my shoulders somewhat too. So, funny enough, I actually got a compliment today during posing practice from one of the competitors who, quite frankly, would friggin' wipe the floor with me. This guy has got ridiculous arms. The only place I think I'd be able to take him is back. Not surprising. But I looked at him after they were done because, we're 2 weeks out from the OSU show this year. And so I looked at him after we were done posing because I was stuck next to him. And his arms were just full on retard. And I told him that. And he's like, hey, man, I'm having a hard time keeping up with your legs. So, that really made me feel really nice. That felt really good to get a compliment from somebody who whooped my ass on stage. So, good things in the way of training, good things in the way of the progress. I'm gaining strength, gaining size while leaning out, and I cannot be happier about the whole spiel. So, fantastic stuff. Next mesocycle, I have a feeling is going to be involving bands. I ordered a couple of Elite FTS Pro Mini bands. Matt asked me if I had access to some, and I have access to some bands, but not in a consistent manner. So I went ahead and ordered those. They're only like $10 a piece. I got 2 of them, so not a big deal in the least. And so this next mesocycle, like I've mentioned in my log, is going to be power-based or somewhat power-based with still a focus on hypertrophy. And I'm really looking forward to it because I think strength is one place where I need to improve, or at least in some lifts, especially chest lifts. I need to improve my strength, overall strength in those, so I can use bigger weights and hit hypertrophy harder. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait to get the program. Should be coming to me sometime this weekend. I started on Monday. So as far as life goes, man, it's been crazy. It's been crazy. So if you aren't familiar with the way sort of PhD or master's, graduate school in general goes, you basically come in, or at least as a scientist, you come in to work with this professor, right? Sometimes they'll have a project ready for you, sometimes they won't, and you have to formulate your own. Regardless of which one that case is, you have to do a proposal to do the research. You have to propose the research and justify the research to your committee, which is a group of professors that advise you throughout it. You have your primary advisor, then you have committee members. In the case of my dissertation, I have my advisor, Scott McMurray, and then 2 committee members from the zoology department and 1 external committee member from the Department of Veterinary Sciences. He's also the head of the interdisciplinary toxicology program here at OSU. So I have some extremely prestigious people on my committee, and this past week, literally every second of it that I had free was dedicated getting my proposal ready to send to my committee. Up until now, it's only been going through my advisor and coming back hammered. So this week was really, really pressing. I had to get this thing as spotless as I possibly could to get it to my committee. And I got it out to my committee yesterday morning. So you can imagine the weight that was lifted off my shoulders, at least getting it to my committee. Now it comes the waiting game to get feedback on it. I'm not going to be getting written feedback from it. What will happen is we'll have a meeting, a committee meeting, in a couple of weeks, probably 2 or 3 weeks, somewhere towards the end of the semester. The semester is only 3 weeks. The end of the semester is only 3 weeks away. So we'll have a meeting collectively, and then what I'll have to do is defend my proposal. And what that's going to entail is me making just a big presentation, probably a 30-40 minute presentation over this entire dissertation, pretty much all 4 chapters of my dissertation. It's basically the next 3 years of my life, and I have to defend that. So I have to be really on top of my literature. I have to be really on top of the project and know what we're doing, and I have to defend it in front of my committee, who's basically going to have read through my proposal and is just going to hack me to pieces. When you consider I've got all 4 tenured professors on my committee, 2 of them are department heads, it's a little daunting. So past the proposal itself, now I got to do the proposal defense. In addition to that, field season is starting. Like I mentioned, I have an enclosure in the back seat. It's one of the enclosures we're testing out before we actually spend $4,000 on getting half of them made to start our field work this summer. Also, it's frog collecting season. If you've been following my log at all, you know that I've been going out in the field and hopefully collecting frogs. It's been kind of scarce, but the weather this weekend has been incredible. It was a little bit warm yesterday. We actually had a cold front move through earlier this week and got like 3 or 4 inches of rain in a couple days. So we had a bunch of rain then, and yesterday it got warmer again. Rained last night, a warm rain, which was really surprising to me. Continued into this morning, and today it's supposed to be 75 and sunny. So this is the kind of weather that's perfect for getting frogs out of their hibernation and out doing the dirty, out breeding. So it's going to be a lot of work. But that being said, the semester's ending, so I don't have to worry about schoolwork or teaching. I'm actually going on a research assistantship starting this summer, so I won't have to worry about teaching ever again, which is really nice. And life is good. It's just stressful, and I think this stress has kind of taken its toll on me. Like yesterday, I mentioned in my write-up of my workout that it was a grind. Today was also a grind, but for a different reason. Yesterday was more because of stress, dealing with the proposal and everything. Today was a grind because I actually got a full night's sleep. I know it sounds, counterintuitive, but for me, I think I'm finally realizing that, optimal amount of sleep for me is between 5 and 6 hours, if that. I usually go to bed on regular weeknights around 10 o'clock, maybe 10:30 at the latest, and I'm usually up by 4, if not a little earlier. And getting in the gym that early, I have yet to have a crappy workout. All of the workouts have been phenomenal. Even the one that was a grind, I was still pushing good weights, making progress. Today, I slept in until 6:15. It doesn't sound like a lot, but when I went to bed at 10:30, so that's a lot of sleep for me. And as a result, I felt groggy when I got up. I felt groggy going into the workout, and I in my opinion, it suffered. So, but I digress. Point is, life's been good. I'm actually going to be getting a puppy soon. I'm freaking excited, you guys. It really is just, I'm 16 hours away from the closest person I've known for longer than 6 months. The closest person I would actually call a good friend, or at least that I've known longer than, half a year, is a 16-hour drive away. I am 20 hours at least from the closest family member, at least the one I'm close to. So you can imagine how lonely it gets out here. And, I've wanted for a dog for a long time, and I don't live with anybody in my apartment. And so I'm getting a puppy, and it's going to be basically my best friend. I could have gone and adopted a dog from the shelter here, but I decided that it'd be better for me to form a bond from puppy up, and I think it'll bring me closer to the dog. So I'll post a picture in my log actually of the little thing. It's blurry as hell, but I actually drove all the way to Tulsa yesterday after dropping off my proposal to my committee members, and just to look at it and pay a deposit. It's only 4 weeks old, so it still needs to be around its parents for another few weeks. So I'll be picking it up at the beginning of May, and I'm super excited. For those of you who know Eric Kenry and J.P. Faraday, both of them have pugs, and Eric and Kelsey and all that crew have been posting pictures of their pugs on Instagram and on their logs and on Facebook and yada yada. And I keep on seeing them, and the more I saw them, the more I wanted a pug. And so I shopped around, and it turns out a lady had just had pug puppies, and these things were gorgeous. So it is a pug. Yeah, I'm so excited, guys. You don't even realize it's going to be nice to have something there that I can interact with and not have to worry about judging me and yada yada yada. I know that sounds shallow, but it's true, and it's going to be. I have a feeling it's going to be my best friend. It's a male. Got to figure out a name, but it's just going to be awesome. It really is. I can't wait. So great things happening. New mesocycle coming up Monday. Nutrition's been spot on. Actually I had a new low today of 166.2. It's a 0.8 pound drop from my last low, so last week. So things are really cooking, and it's just going to be a great time. I'm looking super lean. I've got a party to go to tonight. They call it a Middle Earth party because it's Lord of the Rings themed. So I'm going to eat some food there, wing my macros a little bit, but I'll definitely be within range. And there's also going to be a hot tub there, so this will be the first time I actually get to take my shirt off in front of people in this department. They give me a lot of shit for not drinking and for going to the gym too much. Well, I'm about to make them look bad. So I'm going to get off here, guys, go chill for a little while, and then head to this party and eat something. Till next time, y'all be good.